This week we thought we'd check out one of the oldest mountain bike spots in the UK, Eastridge Woods. So Easty's been a mountain bike venue since the very start of mountain biking here in the UK. You only have to do a quick Google search and you'll come across videos like this of Steve Peat, Nigel Page and the likes racing back in the 90s. It's always been a great race venue, evenly frequently used to this day, and it's absolutely littered with trails all across the hillside, both XC and DH. It's a very old school track though. It's very naturally rooty and rocky. You won't find too many man-made features here. So there's multiple ways you can tackle Easty. You have a typical trail loop which is signposted, which you can follow, or you can just head straight up the fire roads and play on your favourite tracks and sections. Today we're going to do a bit of both. We're going to go and sort of show you what you'd expect to find on the normal trail loop, and then also show you some of the shortcuts away from the crowd. So let's crack on. The loop starts straight out the car park. It's a nice little gentle run through these trees where eventually you come onto a fire road where you meet the worst climb I think I've ever had in mountain biking. I hate this climb. I don't think I've ridden anything more than I detest this climb, and it's aptly named Goliath. So some of you eagle-eye viewers may notice that the GoPro angle is slightly different today. That's because I'm running a couple of different mounts. We've got a handlebar mount that we're trying out for the first time, and also a seat rail mount that we're going to try out a little bit later. So let us know what you think. I like it so far. I think it's probably something I'm going to continue to use. I do like the chesty. The chesty does give you a very dynamic view where you can see the handlebars and everything, but the handlebar mount is a lot easier to use. You can actually see where you're pointing it. You haven't got all that faff where you're trying to sort of get the right angle like you do on a chesty, and you can see your image straight away. Anyway, we've come to the fire road. It's just a quick short run up here, and now we're going to tackle that Goliath. So there we go, that's Goliath completed. Like, it's not the biggest climb in the world, as you can see. It's not a huge hill, but for some reason it's just an awful climb, and I've never met anybody that likes it. There's much bigger hills like up in Scotland and in Italy, even like the Golfy, where you can be climbing for like well over an hour, but it's on a fire road, and for some reason it's just not as bad. Anyway, we're going to go check out the classic 98 downhill track now, where we're going to be using this new rear GoPro mount a bit, and yeah, let's go check it out.
Fucking wrong line. Ah, this is it. Whoa. suck. They're like they fell. No, it's not.
So that's the 98 track done. I'm not sure what you thought about that rear facing camera. I think it's pretty cool actually. It definitely gives us a different angle, but I think the forward facing camera is better for sort of showing the track and giving you guys an idea of what it looks like and what the trail's like. After this we headed back down the fire road towards the car park, where we went back up the original fire road, taking us to the top again, where we checked out Student Champs. So here we are at the top of the Student Champs track, a track named after the Students' Championship, which was a race series that sort of ran in the early noughties. As you can see, Rich has got a bit of a mechanical here, so we're just trying to get that fixed. And then I think he's sorted now, so we're going to go and check out the Student Champs.
Shit, that's cool. Just looking at this corner, and obviously you've got these roots here, quite tidy roots. Smoothest line's obviously the outside, but the great thing about the outside is it sets you up for that corner down there. Now that tree there is deceiving, that's not actually the turn, that's a bit of a Strava line next to that. So you've got these lovely roots, they're pretty chunky, nice stumps, rooty, typical Eastridge sort of ground. But if we think if you can come across these roots here, cross high, and land on here, you can still turn to get up over here. We're ignoring this here because this is a bit of a Strava line, and we're sort of sticking to trying to make the correct with the normal trail. Plus also every single time I've ever raced here, they've always kind of taped it wide or taped it differently, but that's just a typical Strava line. So, and we're just trying to probably see if we can get from this angle, see if we can actually make it. This is the, probably gives you a better, you can actually see that turn coming out. So he's got to come across from that tree and make this turn in down here. So let's see if it's possible.
So for a bit of a comparison, Rich tried the outside then outside line, then he tried cutting those roots on that first turn. We're not quite sure actually. It looks like, I think he can probably make this with a bit of speed on a race run, for example. But let us know what you guys think in the comments. When you finish this top section, you cross the fire road and you go into the bottom section of this track, where things get really tasty. So that's the Student Champs track completed. When we get to the bottom, we're going to take a right at the Fire Road and head west towards Snail Beach, where we're going to go on a bit of like an XC ride, sort of away off the beaten track here, and head over to part of the track what's called Topography, which is in the Snail Beach part of the woods. So here we are at the top of Topography, which is probably the furthest point on the main loop. So let's check it out.
Cut the corner, Strava line. Reach for this Strava line all over the hockey. Nice. Shit. Nice, mate.
So that's the trail known as Topography completed, after which the trail sort of traverses back across the hill towards the starting point with a lovely balance between sort of short sprint hill climbs and then nice little downhill runs.
This up a bit.
It's getting late in the day now and our legs are getting tired, so we take the Fire Road straight back to the car park. Hopefully that gives you a good idea of what you can expect to find at Eastridge. It is a really good place to come ride. I absolutely love it. I can't recommend it enough. And until next time, guys, take care. Hope you enjoyed this and do all that like and subscribe stuff if you like it. See you next time. Bye bye.